They cursed before the lightning struck. Is that like were they miles away? This is interesting to me. The beep before the flash, then the beep after. There's more to this story. There's more. Yeah. Hey, how about that? An extremely close lightning strike in Illinois over the weekend, and the storm threat continues today because many of you watching us right now, you need to be on alert for more dangerous storms. We thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You got Dave and Alex, and we are on storm watch, at least through midweek in the eastern part of the country.
Yeah, strong to severe storms, just like the ones you just saw, all the way from the Gulf Coast back to the Great Lakes to the Front Range of the Rockies. Here's a live look at Chicago. And we've had some thunder showers this afternoon. Still some water on the lanes, and afternoon rush hour is going to be wet across the Chicagoland area with clearing tonight. A
lot of places could see a trickier late day commute with storms rolling through. I want to take you to Denver. Denver, east of the city in Colorado Springs, we've seen quite a bit of action with some heavy rain, and notice the dark skies off in the distance of Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, down there in Arapahoe and Douglas County, just southeast of Denver, they got 2.14 inches in 1 hour. And the temperature in Denver right there, 82, but under that storm, it's 55 right now.
How about that?
Let's get the latest. What is that?
I was going to say, we're getting some cool video out of social media, so hopefully we'll be able to share that soon with some flooding due to that heavy rain you just mentioned.
Love to. Hey, let's go live to the lab, but look at some of the other stormy weather. Here's Dr. Greg Forbes.
Yeah, severe thunderstorms in the Chicago metro area, Kenosha, Racine, Wisconsin, as well as parts of the southeast, and heavy rain in several locations there in Colorado. So it's a busy day weather-wise. Kind of surprisingly, the cold front has pushed well to the east of that Chicago, Racine, Wisconsin area, but it's not changed the temperatures much, and it's still pretty moist and pretty warm behind that. It's cooled down a little bit there in Chicago, but the front is not really doing its usual job of clearing things out. Down on the Gulf Coast, it's very warm. We have some strong dynamics, some strong jet stream winds there still in the Midwest, and that's helping things stay severe there. In fact, up where the jet aircraft fly, 100-mile-per-hour wind, so that's pretty fast for this time getting toward mid-August. Here's a couple of the severe thunderstorms that I was just talking about, and then all sorts of other thunderstorms that are rolling across these Great Lakes states area. So taking a look here in Chicago, Downers Grove area, DuPage County, could be some trees and power lines down there. There's been an estimate of 50-mile-per-hour gusts in some of these storms also coming across the Chicago metro area. Then up into Wisconsin, and all of these storms coming from the northwest because of the upper jet stream flow that's coming into the area. Kenosha, Racine counties heading toward Kenosha itself. Probably west of Racine, you have that threat for damaging wind gusts. Then other thunderstorms making for a rough rush hour coming across now the east side of the Columbus, Ohio metro area. Not severe warned on, but lightning, locally heavy rain coming across there. And then down into the south and east, we've had quite a few reports of trees and power lines down across parts of Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia. That line, not a full solid line at this point, but broken up into one little chunk here, south and east, Knoxville, Blount, Sevier counties. Could be some damaging winds there. And then heading down the line, coming into Dahlonega, Georgia now. Could be some trees and power lines down there. It is not warned on at this point, but over into South Carolina near the Clemson area, Anderson, Oconee, Pickens counties, you have those thunderstorms there that could be giving some locally damaging winds. And we've had a storm just mulling around. It has finally gone non-severe, but could be giving some heavy rain south of Athens, Georgia, north of the Madison area. So far, it's staying north of the I-20 area. So here and there, and may spread east of Pittsburgh and Syracuse, and he's already down in many of these other areas. Spotty, severe thunderstorms. Of course, all of them have that lightning threat. Out in the west, upper air disturbance, cold pocket, could give some spotty severe thunderstorms, parts of Idaho, Oregon, Washington. But then in Colorado, south and east of Denver, flash flood warnings, Arapahoe and Douglas counties. And as Dave and Alex pointed out, even west of Colorado Springs, there's been some flooding. We're seeing an underpass there that has cars submerged. So heavy rains giving local flooding even in parts of Colorado. Let's go to Alex.
Thank you, Dr. Forbes. I want to take you through the rest of the night for parts of the southeast. This is the current radar picture, but what would we expect it to look like later in the day? Well, as we move forward in time, notice the upstate of South Carolina from about 7 to 9 o'clock. You're going to see some of those strong storms overnight. Chance of storms through Atlanta, through Greenville, up towards Charlotte as well. And even tomorrow morning, your commute could be a little soggy in some spots. Probably not in Charlotte. I do expect you to be dry tomorrow morning. morning, but between now and then, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, even midnight, offering up the chance of some storms. So thunder, lightning, heavy rain at times can't be discounted. In the Macon, Georgia area, into tonight, you're actually staying dry, but through the overnight hours, those early morning storms could be rumbling through your area, maybe give you a little earlier than anticipated wake-up call. You know, once that thunder wakes you up, hopefully you can fall back asleep, but I know it can be a struggle at times. Showers still out there for your morning drive at 6 a.m. Dave.
Alex, you know, we may have the same problem going to sleep and remaining asleep all night tonight because of the thunderstorms that are going to be heading our way. Especially heavy rain. That's going to be moving across the New York Thruway, the Pennsylvania Turnpike tonight, all the way to the East Coast by morning. Here we go, my friend. This is forecast radar, okay? So here we are tomorrow morning rush hour. Boom, New York City with some heavy rain. Then if we get some sunshine in the afternoon, some thunder showers. Some of those could be severe. So anywhere from Boston back up toward Plattsburgh, New York, and then right down to Hartford, Philly, New York City, Baltimore, Washington, Richmond, all the way down into the eastern Carolinas, the chance for thunder showers. Then skies clear out tomorrow night. It looks much better for the middle of the week. So here in D.C., expect some rain, maybe as early as 10 p.m. and maybe lasting into the early part of rush hour. By Pittsburgh, I think it's going to be over before 6 a.m., but we'll see about that. Chance of thunder showers moves in here. Actually, it's here. Some thunder showers in western Pennsylvania, and they'll be with us off and on for the rest of tonight. Probably tapering off after, say, 1 or 2 in the morning. Alex, back to you.
Well, have you seen this yet? A plane took a beating in midair when it flew through a hailstorm. People are calling this the flight from hail. The nose of the plane is smashed in, front windows are shattered. This was a Delta flight flying from Boston to Salt Lake City Friday night. It had to make an emergency landing in Denver because of the damage. Coming up later this hour, you're going to hear from the pilot and the passengers on not only what it felt like, but what it sounded like as well. But first, this afternoon, we are talking heat, oppressive, extreme, and showing no signs of letting up in several states. More red hot records could fall. We'll tell you who's covered under heat alerts next.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare...
Strongbow!
You can't put 2 in 1.
At Intel, they make technology that lets a device be a laptop and a tablet. So you can put 2 in 1.
No, you can't.
Can.
Can't.
Can.
Upgrade to a 2-in-1 with Intel.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
A little prep goes a long way with Scotch Blue Painter's Tape. The one with 3M adhesive technology for less paint bleed through and amazing results so you can forget about the redo. Pull off a better paint job with Scotch Blue Painter's Tape.
To truly feel healthy on the outside, you have to feel healthy at your core. True Biotics, a probiotic from One A Day, naturally helps support both your digestive and immune health by combining 2 types of good bacteria. True Biotics, be true to your health.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms. Low, 75. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High, 89. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday night, thunderstorms early. Low, 75. Chance of rain, 60%. Here's Here's our 7-day outlook.
Wednesday on AMHQ, rain comes back to flood-weary Florida. We'll track it for you as we look for other parts of the country to finally get a break from the heat.
Bridgestone's new Drive Guard tires are engineered to take a puncture and go up to 50 miles.
We can drive 50 miles on a flat, and you have an app that makes nails pop up?
Yep.
We could rule the world. But I've got carpool at 3, though, so
that time.
We could, mess with the world.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check?
Who's that?
So weird, right? My agent Tom said
only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try.
Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
They make little hearts happy and big hearts happy too. Because as part of a heart-healthy diet, those delicious oats and Cheerios can help naturally lower cholesterol. How can something so little help you do something so big?
Did you know only 1% of supplements have earned the USP mark, an independent certification for quality and purity? I recommend Nature Made because they've earned the most of any brand.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended letter vitamin brand.
This is breaking news. Ground stops at both Chicago airports due to storms. That's Midway and also O'Hare Airport. Midway till 5 o'clock and O'Hare till 4:30. That means that some flights coming into town are going to be delayed because of these storms here in Chicago. It's raining in DuPage. It's raining at Midway. Some showers around O'Hare on the north side. So that's our lot here. Some short-term delays, but some of the incoming flights could be delayed for quite a bit till these storms wind down. Well, storms and heat, the two big stories during the summertime. Here's Alex with the latter.
Yeah, we've got major heat, triple-digit temperatures, and they're literally shredding tires on the highway. This is in Grapevine, Texas, just outside Dallas. The heat there has been so intense that tires are busting and even blowing out at night. So we've got oppressive heat to talk about. Let's talk about Houston, where you've had 28 consecutive days of 95 or higher this year. The average number of days that temperature for an entire year is 31. So we're already closing in on that consecutively. Tuesday, 103 for a high, 101 on Wednesday. Thursday, 98. Maybe an afternoon thunderstorm give you some relief. Heat alerts in play. We've got excessive heat warnings for parts of Louisiana and Mississippi where heat indices are between 110, 115. That means it feels that hot. Heat advisories where you see the red. Also notice a little bit of southeast Arkansas included within that excessive heat warning. Feels like temperatures 104 Dallas, 106 Houston, but notice where you get these brighter whites. That's where we're seeing that really, really intense heat. High pressure sticking over parts of Texas into late week. So that's really where the focal point for that extreme heat will be as we go through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll look at tomorrow's highs first and notice they are going to stay very warm into parts of Louisiana. Shreveport at 103, 99 in Jackson. But by Wednesday, Jackson drops to 95, Shreveport to 96. Not cool by any means, but at least a little cooler than it's been. Thursday, 102 San Antonio, triple digits for Midland, Houston, and Corpus Christi. Dave.
Well, Houston is certainly making up for last year when temperatures never broke into the triple digits at all. Well, right now, the city is on a roll. Our own Mike Seidel is right in the thick of it.
For the 5th day in a row, Houston is going to break the century mark. They're on the way right now. Heat index values at least 105, thus a heat advisory for this area and for more than 25 million people through this afternoon and this evening across parts of 8 states. Here in Houston yesterday, 102 degrees, the hottest day in 2 years. They've now had 7 triple-digit days. Typical summer, they only see 3. And if you think you're going to cool off by going down to the beach in Galveston, think again. Although it was 10 degrees cooler there at 92, the heat index was higher because the dew point and the humidity was much higher. Dew point there 77. Dew point here, back inland at 66. Now, imagine moving to Houston from Alaska and what you have to go through in a summer like this.
It's so much hotter than I expected. I just moved from Alaska actually for this, I was there for the summer and it was not this humid or hot in Alaska.
Quite a shock to the system for sure. Fairbanks today topping out at 55 degrees and rain. Back here in Houston, the numbers say it all. 100 or better all week long versus an average of 95. Sure, we may not break records, but it's the persistent heat. Don't forget to hydrate. Try to find some shade. And if you can, limit your outdoor exposure. If you have to work outdoors, take plenty of breaks. Triple-digit heat all week. We may have some showers and thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday. We need the rain after all the rainfall we had in May and June, setting monthly and May records in May for many folks in Texas. It's been very dry since the 1st of July. Here in Houston, they've only had 2/3 of an inch of rain. We could get a few cooling thunderstorms by the middle and latter part of the week. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidel in the heat and humidity in Houston.
Thanks, Mike. Fairbanks is 50. Houston is 100 right now.
Man. Well, in tropics, Hurricane Hilda takes aim at Hawaii, but there is some good news when you look at the future of this storm coming up. We'll tell you what we know from computer models.
At last.
Sometimes at last doesn't happen at first.
My love has come along.
Just kissed my mom.
Are over.
Turning two worlds into one takes love.
And life is like a song.
Helping protect that world takes State Farm.
CoverGirl wants you to blast your beautiful. Lash Blast. A blast of mega volume in an instant. Clump Crusher. 200% more volume with 0 clumps. And CoverGirl Fusion. A big blast of volume plus length. Big bold mascaras. Big bold lashes, no matter how you blast them. Blast mascaras from Easy Breezy Beautiful CoverGirl. Show us how you blast it at covergirl.com/blast.
Amore.
Subito.
The all-new Fiat 500X crossover. With 70 standard and available safety features, including options like all-wheel drive and blind spot monitoring, it's eye candy that watches the road. Lease a 500X for only $209 a month for 36 months and get up to 34 mpg highway. All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare
Strongbow!
I may not race anymore, but I still have my own personal pit crew with me. Blue Emu Super Strength Cream. Blue Emu gets down deep and soothes my muscles and joints. Use what I use. Blue Emu. Works fast and you won't stink.
This is your last chance for a summer vacation. Exploria Vacations invites you and your family to the world's most magical place, Orlando, Florida. Then explore the world's most famous beach, Daytona Beach, Florida. Enjoy 4 days and 3 nights of playfulness in Orlando. Then stay 3 days in an oceanfront hotel right on Daytona Beach, all for just $199 per family. Call 855-966-3680 now to receive this last chance 4-day, 3-night stay in Orlando. Then 3 days and 2 nights in oceanfront accommodations. And that's not all. The first 50 callers will also receive 2 free theme park tickets, all for just $199 per family. Call 855-966-3680 now. That's 855-966-3680.
Geek Wednesday, Ari Sassolari breaks down the hail and storm radar images that caused a Delta flight to divert. Wake up with that Wednesday morning at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms. Low 75. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, thunderstorms early. Low 75. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, I know it's Monday, but imagine you're on a vacation to Hawaii. Oh. You're packing tonight. You know, you ordered in for dinner. You don't want to cook.
No.
And you leave tomorrow.
Okay.
But then you find there's a hurricane out there. Huh? So you really need to pay attention to what's about to happen.
Well, Hurricane Hilda is headed straight towards the Hawaiian Islands.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's probably not going to be a hurricane by the time it gets there. Still, you want the forecast. You want to know what's up. And we've got the man with the answer.
Let's go right into the lab.
Specialist Carl Parker.
Yeah, you know, if you are in that situation, the news is really not so bad. We're thinking there's going to be a little increase in wind over the next couple of days, some showers, but this thing is really going to be weakening as it's coming across the Hawaiian Islands. So right now, what we're looking at is a 90-mile-per-hour hurricane. It's moving west-northwest at 8 miles per hour. And I want to show you what's going on with the upper-level winds here. When we look at the satellite picture, you notice, and we've seen this a bunch of times with storms coming towards Hawaii. When we look at the satellite picture, you see how the high clouds are zipping off to the north and east there. That's because there's very strong upper level wind on the north side of that system in particular. And what that's doing is making it more difficult for it to strengthen. And in fact, wind is only going to increase over the next couple of days. Right now, it's right on the edge of that stronger upper level wind, but it's going to be more solidly into that strong upper level wind as it's getting closer to the islands. And what it will do, that wind will blow those thunderstorms away from the center. And a tropical system is a big heat engine. It needs to have thunderstorms continuously over the center, drawing in warm and humid air for it to become this heat engine that sustains itself. And so what we're thinking now is that it's likely going to be either a tropical depression or a low-end tropical storm as it's approaching the Big Island. That's going to be on Thursday in the morning, and then weakening to a tropical depression as it's coming through the islands. Now, here's the sort of practical application of that forecast. We'll go forward here, and you see the easterly trade winds, and then getting up into Thursday morning, that's when we see winds maybe gusting 30 to 35 in Hilo, and then very late into early Friday morning, maybe 30 to 5 there in Kahului. So some wind, but otherwise not a whole lot of impact. Dave, over to you.
Carl, that is some great news. You know, here in Florida, we get hurricanes quite a bit. We haven't had one this year, but I'll tell you, it feels like we've had one in terms of the amount of rain we've gotten here in Tampa, Florida, and elsewhere, the west coast of Florida, Tampa and northward. Just this past like 5 or 6 weeks, unbelievable. Bringing our total to date to 49.29 inches. That's our average. 28.14. So what, that's about 70% more than we usually get. And actually, we've had more rain as of today, as of right now, than we usually have in a year. So if we didn't have another drop of rain, we still end up with an excess. So it has been wet. So it was a pleasure to see a sunny day today. Here's Tampa, St. Pete, just a beautiful beach day. On the other coast, Daytona Beach, great. Some showers here in South Florida and also around Panama City and St. George Island. But you see this radar up here? Let's take a look outside in Atlanta. Some pretty heavy showers out there, especially off to the north side of town. Yeah, there it is. And you can see some of those building cumulus clouds. Some of those are blowing through the northern suburbs of Atlanta. Well, that's in advance of a cold front that's going to be dropping southward through Georgia tomorrow and then right into Florida. It'll stall. That's the meaning for this warm, cold, and it's going to be a boundary that's going to be a focal point for converging air, showers and thunder showers. And that front will slowly sag southward into the center of the state. So whereas tomorrow will be another beautiful day in Tampa, as we head toward Wednesday night and Thursday, the chance of rain increases. And of course, in Florida, that rain can be really heavy. Alex, back to you.
Thanks, Dave. Well, this afternoon, air passengers are talking about their wild ride through a violent thunderstorm.
It was more serious than the average storm because just the turbulence that we experienced was more than what I'd ever experienced before.
We'll have more on this flight next.
All the goodness of milk, all the deliciousness of Hershey's syrup. Squeeze, stir, share.
Press the trauma unit 5. What do we got?
BP 64 over 40.
2 units of O9. Multiple foreign objects in the body.
Scissors.
If you're the guy from the operation game, you get operated on. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
At Intel, they make technology that gives you the power of a PC and fun of a tablet.
I could turn it into a tablet and do my spreadsheets?
I said fun of a tablet?
Exactly.
Upgrade to a 2-in-1 with Intel Inside.
Jackie's heart attack didn't come with a warning. Today, her doctor has her on a Bayer aspirin regimen to help reduce the risk of another one. If you've had a heart attack, be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Create your own tour of Italy while you still can, starting at $12.99. Choose 3 of our 9 most loved dishes to enjoy on one plate. Serve with salad and breadsticks, because the best tour of Italy is the one you create. Hurry, offer ends soon at Olive Garden.
Watch. Nothing can stop Crizal No Glare lenses. Neither water, nor scratch, nor dirt or dust, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. And with an ESPF value of 25, Crizal gives you 25 times more UV protection than not wearing glasses. Crizal No Glare lenses. Live life in the clear.
Get $90 back combining Crizal, Verilux, and Transitions and a second pair with Xperio UV.
Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare...
Strongbow!
Currently in our area, 79 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 75. Chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, partly cloudy with an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. High 90. Tuesday night, thunderstorms early, low 75. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
AMHQ, rain comes back to flood-weary Florida. We'll track it for you as we look for other parts of the country to finally get a break from the heat.
This is honestly one of probably the most crazy, cool, beautiful things I've ever seen. Wow.
Look at that, constant flashes of lightning. Pretty good stuff over the weekend in Randall, Minnesota. But we have even more amazing video to show you.
Yeah, check this out. This is lightning dancing across the sky. How about that? Merce Cunningham. This is over Springfield, Missouri over the weekend. This video slowed down just a bit so you can really see. And I'm just intrigued by that flashing street light. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's on the fritz, I think.
Yeah, but as you said, maybe it's just trying to get in on the act.
Maybe it's saying, hey, I'm not getting enough attention here. I can do that too.
Here's another one. One big bolt.
Wait for it. There you go.
There it is. Caught on camera in Elk Creek, Nebraska, south of Omaha. Storm chasers also shot some amazing lightning video across eastern Nebraska over the weekend. How about them apples?
Some good stuff.
It is 1:30. You're with Alex and Dave. Thanks for joining us.
Ongoing storms this afternoon in more than a dozen states. You know, it appears scattered, but it is actually a part of the cold front. And we're going to track the rain, the thunderstorms as they move into the northeast. That's coming up.
A lot of ongoing activity to cover. This is the hottest time of day and these thunderstorms pop. So let's get to severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes. He is live in the lab.
Thanks, Dave. And mostly what we're seeing today are winds from these thunderstorms that are downing trees and power lines, and a big number of areas all the way from Milwaukee and the Chicago area down into the southeast, and even some heavy rain out in Colorado. Take a look. Now, the wind shift with the front here, the cold front as I've drawn it, is down in the blue line there. The winds turn to northwest. Ahead of that, they're from the south and west, but the main change in the moisture content, the dew points, is back around Milwaukee. It gets a lot drier behind that one, so sometimes the front isn't the main thing. It's when does it dry out and stabilize. Now, it's very moist across the southeast. That's where we're getting lots of severe thunderstorms. Up across the Great Lakes states, we do have a jet stream. Up where the jet aircraft fly, it is fast. It's over 100 miles per hour, and then the winds north of that come in from the north and west. So that's giving some energy to the storms today. The low-level winds are a little bit on the weak side. Lots of thunderstorms all the way from Chicago and the Kenosha, Wisconsin area over heading toward Cleveland, and then up now into western New York where we have a couple severe thunderstorms. We did have severe warnings. They've expired. DuPage County, we've had some trees down there. These storms heading down toward Frankfort and the Thornton area. And then up in the Kenosha, Racine area, that's a storm that had been severe is now weakened and heading toward Benton there in extreme northeast corner of Illinois. Up into western parts of New York State, we have just to the east of Buffalo there, Erie, Genesee, Wyoming counties heading up toward Batavia. Storms that could knock down some trees and power lines. And then another individualized storm there north of Seneca Falls, west of Syracuse, Cayuga, Wayne counties with severe thunderstorm warnings. Big thunderstorms have rolled across Columbus, Ohio. They're stalling out a little bit on the south, far south suburbs there, continuing to move east around the Lancaster area. So heavy rain and maybe a strong wind gust. And then big area of thunderstorms is down trees and power lines across a number of states in the south and east, but heading up into the Georgia-South Carolina border now, things getting a little bit on the frisky side. Knoxville, especially down toward Pigeon Forge, and then Sevier counties with severe thunderstorm warnings. Then down into areas from Gainesville to Dahlonega, Hall County included, and then down into the Alpharetta area. That had been severe warned. That has weakened a little bit. That's the nature of these storms. They weaken, they strengthen. So anywhere from the New York areas down into Georgia and up into parts of the Ohio Valley there, we have that chance for an isolated severe thunderstorm. Let's go back now to Alex.
Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. We want to take you through the rest of the night, time out those storms for the southeast. Over here, there's all those warnings that we've got. Western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, parts of the upstate of South Carolina, northeast Georgia. Notice that huge warning. Now, again, Dr. Forbes talked about now, so what about later? How about for the Atlanta area, 7 o'clock? Could have some showers and storms down by the airport, so that could cause some delays at Hartsfield-Jackson. Keep that in mind if you've got a flight maybe taken off at that point. Check in on the status of that before you head down to the airport. Even overnight, notice showers and storms rolling through, and 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, still could see showers in the area. That means your morning commute, and with a lot of more school buses on the roads, things could be slowed. Greenville, look at this, 7 o'clock, 385, 85, up to 26. You've got thunderstorms with heavy rain, so that could slow you down in thunderstorms, possible even as we get into the overnight hours. So, Dave, things could be really rumbling around the upstate through the next several hours.
Yeah, upstate, downstate, whether it's South Carolina or right here in New York. High pressure leaving us, warm air, warm humid air on the way tonight. A cold front on the way tomorrow, so we've got some rain coming, my friend. Are you ready for this? We're in western New York right now. That's where the rain is. Northwestern PA, Appalachians, down into the Carolinas and Georgia. But that whole area is going to swing eastward. It's going to be an overnight affair here tonight. Maybe even some showers this evening here in the Delaware Valley. We're focused in on New York City and the tri-state area. But as we check on our computer-generated forecast model, look what it brings in just in time for morning rush hour. Heavy rain and thunder showers, Allentown up to Wilkes-Barre, right into New York City and southern New England. And there'll be some chance of thunder showers also in the afternoon. Tomorrow, a transition day. Alex, back to you.
Well, now to the story that some passengers are calling the flight from hail. The passenger jet that flew into a hailstorm. This is the result. A smashed-in front nose, shattered cockpit glass, and damage to the body of the plane. Delta Flight 1889 was flying from Boston to Salt Lake City when it got caught in the storm, had to make an emergency landing. Here's the pilot asking air traffic control for a spot to land in Denver.
Stand by for Delta 1889. We're going to need to stay here right this moment. We can turn if we have to. We just want to maintain our present altitude, and we might have to vector around here.
Okay, Denver, Delta 1889. It looks like we got some stuff back. If you could bring us in again.
Yeah, we have a visibility problem, so we're going to have to work it down, probably intercept the ILS.
Delta 1889, not a problem.
And Dave, the pilot remained really calm despite that plane just being pummeled by hail. He landed the plane safely in Denver, and there were no reports of injuries.
They're heroes for sure. The pilot called it a visibility problem, but passengers say it was much worse. The man who took these pictures talked to us on Wake Up with Al this morning.
We knew it was more serious than the average storm because just the turbulence that we experienced was more than what I'd ever experienced before. It was a shorter duration, but the violence of the turbulence was certainly more than what we expected. And there was one of my seatmates. He was able to see everything that was going on. He saw the hailstones going into the engine, coming out the back looking like a snow cone maker. He saw lightning dancing across the wings. So we could tell it was a different storm than usual.
Another passenger tells us what he saw and heard.
It started to change from being regular turbulence when we heard the banging, and it sounded like explosions to me over the wing. And so as we started to kind of just look around at each other, it really became intense. People started kind of holding hands and kind of putting their arms around each other a little bit. There were kids that were crying. It just got very, very nerve-wracking.
Delta says passengers were transferred to another plane. They arrived in Salt Lake City early Saturday morning, but quite a scary flight for them.
And you saw that nose pooched in. That's where the plane's radar is, right in there.
Scary stuff.
Yeah. Well, coming up here on the Weather Channel, we've got your local on the 8s. What else do we have? Let's check the tropics a couple of times this hour.
Yeah, and we'll be right back.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees with a heavy thunderstorm. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 75, chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, partly cloudy with an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. High 90. Tuesday night, thunderstorms early, low 75. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Okay, what is this?
It's chewy.
Really icy.
Whoa, that's intense. It just hits you.
It's gum. No, it's totally a mint. It's disappearing as I'm chewing it. Where did it go? It's not a gum, not a mint. It's a totally new cool. New Icebreakers Cool Blasts.
If you have type 2 diabetes, you may know what it's like to deal with high and low blood sugar. Januvia sitagliptin is a once-daily pill that, along with diet and exercise, helps lower blood sugar. Januvia works when your blood sugar is high and works less when your blood sugar is low, because it works by enhancing your body's own ability to lower blood sugar. Plus, Januvia by itself is not likely to cause weight gain or low blood sugar, hypoglycemia. Januvia should not be used in patients with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Tell your doctor if you have a history of pancreatitis. Serious side effects can happen, including pancreatitis, which may be severe and lead to death. Stop taking Januvia and call your doctor right away if you have severe pain in your stomach area, which may be pancreatitis. Tell your doctor right away and stop taking Januvia if you have an allergic reaction that causes swelling of the face, lips, tongue, or throat, or affects your breathing or causes rash or hives. Kidney problems sometimes requiring dialysis have been reported. Using Januvia and a sulfonylurea or insulin together may cause low blood sugar. To reduce the risk, your doctor may prescribe a lower dose of the sulfonylurea or insulin. Your doctor may perform blood tests before and during treatment to check your kidneys. If you have kidney problems, a lower dose may be prescribed. Side effects may include upper respiratory tract infection, stuffy or runny nose and sore throat, and headache. For help lowering your blood sugar, talk to your doctor about Januvia today.
So when my husband started getting better dental checkups than me, I decided to go pro with Crest Pro Health Advanced.
Advanced to healthier gums and stronger teeth from day one.
My mouth is getting healthier. My teeth are getting stronger.
This Crest toothpaste is superior in 5 areas.
Great checkup.
Did you know only 1% of supplements have earned the USP mark? An independent certification for quality and purity. I recommend Nature Made because they've earned the most of any brand.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended fish oil brand.
Bridgestone is changing the game in tire performance.
So Will Arnett can get to the store when he's out of diapers.
Well, to be clear, they're not for me. They're for my son. So
we should probably go.
We switched Will's tires to Bridgestone's revolutionary Drive Guard tires.
Oh, those look sharp.
It's okay. Our Drive Guard tires are engineered to take a puncture and drive up to 50 miles on a flat. So no side of the road.
Well, that's good because the side of the road is dangerous, especially since we're going commando.
We're?
What commando mean?
For those who can't imagine life without 2 wheels, Allstate offers a genuine parts guarantee that promises to fix your bike with original parts. Talk to an Allstate agent about all the things they do to keep riders riding.
You know the love you feel for Olive Garden's fresh-baked breadsticks? Well, multiply that by 1,000,000. They're here. New breadstick sandwiches starting at just $6.99, only at Olive Garden.
Scotch Blue Painter's Tape, the one with 3M adhesive technology. To resist paint bleed. For clean removal and amazing results the first time. Pull off a better paint job with Scotch Blue Painter's Tape.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare...
Strongbow!
You can't put 2 in 1.
At Intel, they make technology that lets a device be a laptop and a tablet. So you can put 2 in 1.
No, you can't.
Can.
Can't.
Can.
Upgrade to a 2-in-1 with Intel.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Well, tragic weekend for fire crews in California. A falling tree killed a U.S. Forest Service firefighter battling a blaze near Lake Tahoe on Saturday.
They are brave people. He's the second firefighter killed while reining in wildfires across the drought-stricken state this summer. In this edition of Brainstorm, Sam Champion shows us how weather can become fuel for these fires.
Look at this wildfire. Its speed and intensity depend on 3 things: the point of ignition, surrounding topography, and fuel. But all the elements of weather are also a huge factor. If the initial spark happens on a forest of dry trees and underbrush, and you add to that high winds and low humidity, a wildfire can burn 5,000 acres in just 1 hour. That means in a single day, it could torch an area larger than Denver. And if the wildfire is burning uphill, it can generally travel faster. That's because heat rises. And the intense heat from one tree can ignite the lower branches of the trees above. The hot air also rises, drying out the underbrush farther up the hill, prepping it as perfect fuel. And if they're hot enough, wildfires can actually create their own weather. The powerful updrafts generated by the rising hot air lowers the pressure, which draws air towards the fire, and that helps fan the flames. Some of those flames can reach 150 feet high, and their temperature can surpass 2,000 degrees. That's about as hot as the melting temperature of steel. And at this temperature, a wall of fire merely 500 feet wide can generate as much as 75 billion joules of energy every second. To produce that same amount of energy, well, you'd have to burn 12 barrels of oil each second.
And we still have fire danger today across parts of the West, Montana, Idaho, parts of Oregon and Washington, as well as Northern California under red flag warnings or fire weather watches. As we look forward in time and look at the forecast, we've got mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies in the cards for most of the region tomorrow. But by Wednesday, notice parts of Idaho and also Montana get in on some showers, as well as parts of Wyoming, Utah and Colorado. Dave.
And we're starting off in the Northwest, where you just ended up talking about fires and some of the thunder showers that are developing, heading up toward the Blue Mountains in Oregon and also here in the mountains of central Idaho. Notice the tops of these thunderstorms, they're being blown off in that direction. Now we head further south toward Florida, the Gulf of Mexico, Cancun. Notice the tops of these storms being blown straight westward. What's going on? It's the subtropical high pressure area that dominates across the country this time of year. And the flow up and over it, east to west here, south to north here, west to east here. So we're going to see what's going to be moving through that flow that could impact your life over the next 7 days. Tomorrow, the showers we have in Chicago today, gone. Moving into Allentown, Pennsylvania, morning rain, afternoon severe thunderstorms are possible up and down the east coast from southern New England all the way down to North Carolina. Still that moist flow coming in from the south, a monsoon here in Phoenix, and also Moab, Utah for Tuesday and Wednesday. A few showers, this is afternoon only. Upstate New York, northern New England, and Florida becomes a focal point for more heavy rain. Thursday, pretty quiet across the United States, except for central and south Florida, I'm afraid. Friday, same story. Another piece of energy coming southward, bringing some showers to Chicago and also the presidential range up there in New Hampshire and Maine, the mountains. 88 on Saturday in Atlanta, 100 for a high temperature in Dallas, and look at Minneapolis up at 90 as a big ridge of high pressure sets up this weekend. That's a look at your 7-day. Now this.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare
Strongbow!
At Intel, they make technology that gives you the power of a PC and fun of a tablet.
I could turn it into a tablet and do my spreadsheets?
I said fun of a tablet?
Exactly.
Upgrade to a 2-in-1 with Intel Inside.
Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. The seal you can trust, with stain and sealer in one, and easy to choose colors. Exceptional beauty and protection have never been easier. Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain, available at the Home Depot.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round one of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
great. The Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees with a heavy thunderstorm. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 75. Chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, partly cloudy with an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. High 90. Tuesday night, thunderstorms early, low 75. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with K9 Advantix 2. Its broad spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. K9 Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
They lived.
They lived. They lived.
We lived, thanks to our Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Before we discovered Fingerhut.com, my budget watched me like a hawk. But now, thanks to Fingerhut.com, we can shop with low monthly payments on over 275,000 items and growing from brands like Samsung, Rachel Ray, and Keurig. Go to Fingerhut.com and get the credit you deserve today. Fingerhut. Oh, I bet it's the kids' new Xbox. Yeah, you get that.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it, but the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for all this when you're really only covered for this.
Hot dog.
Or how you may think you're covered for this, but not for this.
Oh, no,
For this, for this, or that. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
I haven't.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Are you uncomfortable in your own home? Do you want lower energy bills? Then get new windows from Champion now. Trust us as your neighbors have. For over 60 years, Champion has installed millions of windows, all made in the USA and backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. And right now, when you buy 3 windows, you get 1 free or pay no interest for 36 months. So call 844-4CHAMPION today. For our buy 3, get 1 free offer, every home needs a Champion.
Hi, You're driving along, having a perfectly nice day, when out of nowhere a pickup truck slams into your brand new car. 1 second, it wasn't there, and the next second, boom, you had your first accident. Now you have to make your first claim. So you talk to your insurance company, and boom, you're blindsided for a second time. They won't give you enough money to replace your brand new car. Don't those people know you're already shaken up?
Liberty Mutual's new car replacement will pay for the entire value of your car, plus depreciation. Call 1-844-231-7717. And for drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. Switch to Liberty Mutual Insurance and you could save up to $509. Call Liberty Mutual for a free quote today at 1-844-231-7717. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
And then it hit. And you took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Atlanta right now. You are looking toward the fair weather south and east of Atlanta. North and west side, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning. Southeast Cobb County and south central Fulton County, and the city of Atlanta is in Fulton County. It's a long county, so the north side of it, you're okay. Roswell, you're fine.